Hey everyone, it's me. I just wanted to make a really quick video because I haven't been on it so long, and it's a really much awaited TTC video. I've been gone for so long because in September my husband was involved in a work-related injury. He works in printing, and they have a clamp. They clamp the paper down on that comes down before they cut it, and the clamp shut on my husband's thumb, and 3,000 pounds was actually fell onto his thumb. 3,000 pounds of pressure fell onto his thumb, and he split his thumb open, broke his thumb, lost the nail to his thumb, got rushed to the emergency room, and we've been dealing with that. He was out of work for a month and going to an orthopedist and trying to get back to work, and there's a lot has been going on. So finally he's back at work, and we're back to our normal routine, and I finally have time to sit down and make a video for you. So October 27th, I started my cycle. I had an appointment, my first appointment with my RE on October 31st, and I was nervous, didn't know what to expect, just thinking the worst, like he's going to tell me there's something wrong with me, I'm not ever going to get pregnant, full of nerves. So I went into there, they did my blood pressure, height, weight, and then the nurse took me into the doctor's office to have a consultation, which they sit down and talk to you, go over your history, your husband's history, your pregnancy histories, and ask you a whole bunch of questions about your cycles. Are they regular? Are they painful? And then he went over my doctor's notes and all my ultrasounds I've had and the blood work I've had, and looked over my ovulation charts and said, I need to have you do a ultrasound so I can see your ovaries. And I thought, coming from the doctor's office I came from, that you go and schedule the ultrasound and come back, in a couple days. No, he walked me into the ultrasound room, said, here's the gown, it's going to be a vaginal ultrasound, I'll be back in a minute. And right then and there he did my ultrasound, and it was amazing. He saw my ovaries, he said they looked great, he told me to come back in the room for so we can discuss the findings. And when I went back, he said my ovaries looked amazing. He didn't see any PCOS or any polycystic ovaries. He said due to my ovulation and my progesterone levels that I don't ovulate every month, that he's going to consider me PCOS right now, because he can't find anything else that's wrong with me. He said he strongly suggests me to go have an HSG, which I don't know if I'm going to do or not, because I have been pregnant last year twice, and if he agreed with me that if my ovary or my tubes were blocked, that I wouldn't have gotten pregnant. So I don't know if it's really necessary at this point. But he said since my husband's semen analysis came back really well, that the only thing he could think of is I'm not ovulating every month due to my progesterone being low, or not due to it, but since my progesterone levels have been low, between 5 and 5.1 every month at cycle day 21, that I'm not ovulating every month. So he said we could do one of two things. We can either start clomid this cycle, since I was on cycle day 5 at this point when I went to the doctor's office, or we can postpone it and wait till next cycle and then start it from there for our new cycle. And he said, really, if I was in your shoes, I wouldn't want to wait any longer. We could just start it today, take it clomid today, days through 5 through 9, and see what happens this cycle. And I asked him, what do I have to do? Do I have to chart? Do I have to do OPKs? What do you suggest? And he said, you know what, OPKs and taking your temperature every morning is going to stress you out. I'm going to monitor you through this whole cycle, so I don't want you to do any OPKs or anything like that. Just let me take care of you, which put my mind at ease a little bit. And so he said I can't even talk. We decided to start clomid on cycle day 5 through 9, which I started on the 31st, and my last day of clomid was on the 9th. I started with 50 milligrams of clomid, and also taking my metformin, 500 milligrams twice a day. And I was excited because we finally got the ball rolling. We were finally doing something productive and trying to see if this will work. I go back on Wednesday of this week, which is the 9th, to have my follicle ultrasound done. I'd be on cycle day 14, and he just wants to go in and see how many follicles I have, what size they are, if they look good, and how clomid is working for me this month. I'm really hopeful, but I don't want to get my hopes up too high. while I was taking the clomid, cycle day 5 through 9, I didn't have any symptoms. The only thing I did have was diarrhea, but I'm thinking that it was the metformin more than anything that gave me the diarrhea. And really didn't have any symptoms the first 5 days of taking it. On cycle day 10, though, I did have twinges in my ovaries, a little bit of painful cramping that was here and there, went away after about an hour, and I noticed I was getting egg white cervical mucus, which only was a little tiny bit, but yesterday and today it's been a little bit more. And I had a headache all day Saturday, and then yesterday, which was Sunday, I was so moody. I don't know what it was, but I would cry at the drop of a hat. I had a really bad attitude. I just felt like I was out of control, like my hormones were raging. I've gotten breakouts. I've had pimples on my face the last couple days due to the hormones. Yeah, that's about it. I didn't really have any of the common side effects that you would expect with clomid, but you know, not everybody gets them. I've heard that the second time of clomid usually maybe symptoms get worse, but we'll see. We're hoping that this cycle of clomid, this first cycle, works for us and we don't have to do it again, but we'll see what happens. Please keep us in your thoughts and prayers, and send us tons of sticky dust and baby dust and all that stuff, because we've been trying for so long that I'm just excited to be, you know, starting this new journey and being on medicated cycles and seeing what works for us. He said if 3 cycles of clomid don't work for us, because I have 3 cycles of prescriptions, that we will talk about trying Femera and seeing what happens from that aspect. And he said if that clomid doesn't work, the next 3 cycles, we're going to talk about doing an IUI in March. So we're really excited. We got the ball rolling. We're getting information done. You know, it's just a sit and wait now. I'm currently on cycle day 12. I'm not expecting to ovulate until, you know, the 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. I've heard when you take clomid and you get your cycle, or you get your ovulation later. So we'll see what happens, but I will update you guys on Wednesday when I go for my ultrasound, and if I have any news for you or any more symptoms, I will update you on those. But congratulations to everyone who got their BFPs recently, everyone who has given birth. I will talk to you all soon, and I love you. Bye.